now, coming to you live from our studios in Sharpsville, Indiana, we'd like to welcome you all as BLAST Newscast Salutes Our Troops. With your hosts for this evening, Levi Bennington, Dustin Clifton, and Jacob Pyle. With live reports from Trenton Byers and J.R. Clifton, and also featuring Mr. No Name as himself. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your hosts for this special salute, Levi Bennington, Dustin Clifton, and Jacob Pyle.
Thank you, Chris Henry. Hello and welcome to the BLAST Newscast special. BLAST Newscast Salutes the Troops. I'm Levi Bennington.
And I'm Dustin Clifton. Jacob Pyle is live with us from the house in Sharpsville. We'll have more footage from him later in the newscast.
In the world that we live in, the important people that we always think about and care about along during this special day is our troops. They volunteer their time to help fight our nation and take the risks that nobody has ever taken before. They fought every war ever imaginable. The Persian Gulf War, 2 world wars, and even the Civil War. And lots of other wars that are unmentionable. If there's a war, there's always troops to be there in order to fight for our country.
For the next 10 to 15 minutes, we are going to salute our troops by telling amazing stories, singing songs, the whole 9 yards. So to show how much we all respect, love, and care for our troops, those who are still fighting and those who have made it home, this special edition goes out to all of you because we love you.
For our first story, we asked everyone at Team BLAST if they had amazing stories they wanted to share with us about someone or somebody that has done something social in their lives this Memorial Day. Here to tell us about that subject is our BLAST Newscast reporter, Trenton Byers.
Memorial Day is an important day for everyone. We all love the troops very much. Today we went around and asked some of our friends one question. What is Memorial Day?
Well, Memorial Day in this great country of ours brings to mind a lot of things, actually, Jacob. It's a day we set aside to honor our brave men and women who have helped keep safe and protect and stand for this country that we live in. As far as everything that you and I enjoy every day, we appreciate and salute those men and women, past and present, that have fought for our country, fought for our freedoms. Sometimes we take advantage.
Well, when I think of Memorial Day, I think of my grandma Jordan, because the older generation, which would be the people, my grandparents, even my mother, and their parents before them, they always went to the cemetery on what they called was Decoration Day, and they decorated the flowers of their loved ones, which, even though in my family there weren't very many veterans or people who've been in the service or fought overseas or in the wars, but they went, and it was a time to reflect on other people, our ancestors, who we respect, and they always took flowers out of their own gardens, which were peonies and iris, daisies, the flowers that were in bloom during that time of year, because they didn't have greenhouses and florists in the early 1900s or even in the 1950s that they went to and used. They raised their own flowers and took them. And so that's what I think of. But it is a time to reflect on all the people who have served their country and sacrificed their lives, or even that they preserved our freedom for us, because we do have freedoms in this country that other countries do not have, and so we should appreciate it very much.
We love Memorial Day as much as everyone else does. It's special, it's important, and it's one of those times that makes everyone remember all of the good work they've done for our country. For BLAST Newscast, I'm Trenton Byers.
Thank you, Trenton, for the report. We love our troops dearly with all of our heart. It's great to know how our troops help and serve our country as much as we like. In 1918, Irving Berlin wrote an amazing song which expresses our feelings about this country. The song was unknown at the time, and it stayed that way until 1938, 20 years after the song was first written, that a famous lady from Greenville, Virginia, by the name of Kate Smith, made the song popular. In fact, it's so popular today, people are still listening to her amazing words and how great the song is from. The song was entitled God Bless America, and it made people realize how special they God bless America, land that I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountain to the prairies to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
We've been talking about how great and how special these fighting men are. We are now going to do a special edition of Q&S, which answers many questions people might have about troops and wars and stuff like that. Here to answer these questions for our question expert himself, J.R. Clifton.
Thank you, Levi. Hello, everyone. This week, because of this special newscast, we will not be answering any viewer questions like we normally do. Instead, me, along with everyone else involved with this newscast, has taken some time out to give thanks to our troops who have been supportive and helping to save our world. There is another holiday besides Memorial Day where we celebrate our troops. It's a special day known as Veterans Day. We look up a list of questions on the internet, and we found the best ones about Veterans Day that we will use. Due to time constraints, we will not be able to answer all of them, but we will answer some of them. Our first question is a good question. Which of the following is the correct spelling of Veterans Day? A, B, or C? I know what you might be thinking the answer is. You are thinking the answer is probably B. Well, if you said B, think again. The correct answer is A. The word veterans, in this case, does not have an apostrophe on it whatsoever. But it does include an S, because it's a day that doesn't belong to veterans. It honors veterans. Why do some schools close and others remain in session on Veterans Day? Well, because there is no legal requirement that schools close on Veterans Day. Individual states or school districts are free to establish their own policies on school closings. Tri-Central and Tipton schools will often be closed for Veterans Day, so you don't have to worry about it. but there are some other schools that do not close for Veterans Day. In this situation, the school schedule assemblies or other activities to honor Americans veterans on Veterans Day, and throughout this week that includes Veterans Day. If you have any more questions about Veterans Day or Memorial Day that you'd like to ask, message Jacob on Facebook and he will answer your questions. I'm J.R. Clifton, and let's keep them questions rolling.
God bless the U.S. If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife.
Nothing but the stars, whose heart still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, that gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee,
Across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea.
Detroit down to Houston, New York to LA. Well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time you stand and say, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up
Next to you and defend her still today.
'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I proudly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
That's it for this week. The BLAST Newscast will return to normal next week. I'm Levi Bennington.
And I'm Dustin Clifton. Good night from Team Blast, and good night to you, Jacob.
Good night, Levi and Dustin. I'm Jacob Pyle, wishing everyone a safe and a happy Memorial Day from all of us at the BLAST Newscast. And until next week, good night, and God bless our troops.
This is Chris Henry speaking. The BLAST Newscast has been pre-recorded for future airing.